Okay guys, this is a really quick video just to update you on Chop to the Top and how that process is going. I'm getting quite a lot of comments from you guys asking what's happening as you haven't seen the latest episode yet. Well, I just wanted to address those. So let me start by saying Chop to the Top is still very much ongoing. I do still have the Hilux, that is still for sale. The series is ongoing, I haven't given up and I haven't stopped. So a new episode will be with you as soon as I can sell that one and buy the next car and put the episode together. So rest assured that will be coming your way pretty soon. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I've been contacted a couple of times through YouTube and through my Instagram page with people telling me that there's a few different YouTube channels copying what I'm doing in terms of trading up. I've got to start by saying that as far as I'm concerned, I don't really think anyone's copying me. The whole process of trading up is absolutely nothing new. As you guys know, my dad taught me the trade, and he was in business, let's say 40 years ago, and trading up was still very much going on then. So it's really nothing new. So what I'm doing with this series is I'm not breaking new ground. So in terms of people copying, I don't think that's true at all. I know a lot of different YouTube channels are popping up doing a trading up series. All I can say there is creating engaging content on YouTube is difficult, and sometimes it feels like it's getting more and more difficult. So I think if different channels see other people doing something, doing a series, doing a process that seems to be working and it's engaging with the audience, then I suppose it's only natural that they would want to recreate it. So maybe there's a bit of that, but it comes back to, is it copying? I really don't think it is. Off the back of what I've just said, I would like to say if anyone is doing a trading up series, fair play. I mean, good luck, because trading up is a lot harder than it may look on screen. The process itself is grueling. So anyone who wants to throw their hat in that ring and get involved in the process, good luck to them, I say. Fair play. And also, although I'm doing this series myself, if I see another channel doing something similar, I'm definitely going to watch it, because it's fascinating. I love seeing it, and I especially like seeing people succeed. So if someone else is going to do it and do it well, then yeah, crack on. I can't wait to see it. The trading up process itself can be fraught with troubles. A lot of different YouTubers have tried to do it, and they've sort of fizzled out for one reason or another. Now, my personal belief on that is this: if you're not capable of doing the majority of the work on a vehicle yourself, you're always going to be at the mercy of garages, mechanics, body shops, and that's not cheap. So to buy a vehicle and spend out each time having all the jobs that need doing done by a professional elsewhere, that's going to eat into any potential profit really, really quickly. And as such, it's very, very easy to trade your way up from a few £100 car to £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 worth of car. That's really not that difficult, because most of the jobs required at that low level can be done in-house. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best at what I do, but the majority of the jobs that need to be done on the vehicles I have, I can do myself. Not because I'm so clever, but just because I've had many years practice, and most things I've taught myself to do. And if there is ever anything it's too difficult to do, or a specialist is required, then I have to bite the bullet and send a vehicle out to be done. And it's something I've done several times before. You guys have seen me do it. I make no bones about it, but you have to balance that with the ability to do quite a lot of the work yourself to keep those costs down and therefore profits high, and the ability to trade onwards. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. And again, that is the reason why I believe it's easy to trade your way up from a very, very cheap car, a few £100, to something that's, you know, £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 worth. It does get progressively more difficult. As you can see, like with the Hilux, for instance, that wasn't exactly an expensive vehicle in the way of the world, but the amount of work required on that was really quite serious. Now, if I'd had to pay someone to do all of that work, you know, I would stand absolutely no chance of making a profit when I sell that. So I would say, yeah, if anyone else is doing a trading up series, really, really good luck. And I can't wait to see what you guys achieve. Off the back of that, I think the reason that we've seen several channels do a trading up process and only get so far is because at a lower level, I think it's easy to sort of gloss over some of the external expenses, things that you're paying other people to do. But when you've got a car that's a little more expensive, or there's obviously a problem with it that's more in depth, you guys, the audience, you know, you're not stupid. You know, a specialist is going to have to get involved at some stage. Now, I think a lot of people would like to gloss over those expenses, and if it's not possible to gloss over them, it's easier to drop the series and say no more about it. So that, I believe, has happened a few times in the past. So that leads me on to the update with Chop to the Top, which is, well, hopefully, as you know, is my trading up series. So Chop to the Top, we started with the £150 RAV4, and you've seen me flip, trade, and work my way up to the latest vehicle, which is a Toyota Hilux, which has been lifted, modified, been completely gone through underneath, and it is a fantastic vehicle. It has been body off restored and everything's been gone through underneath. A new cross member, aside from that, it's been modified. It's on 33s. It's a pretty impressive looking thing. With all that being said, that is, although I genuinely believe it's one of the better Toyota Hiluxes available in the market today, it is at the higher end of the price scale. So if you looked at the Hilux I have for sale here and you compare it to one of the same age and mileage that hasn't been gone through in such a way, obviously one is going to be cheaper than the other. So the thing I'm trying to do is promote it to an audience who appreciates the work that's gone into it and the fact they won't have to do any more work to keep it on the road for the next several years. Now that is easier said than done, of course. I have had the Hilux advertised for a number of weeks now, and the amount of phone calls and texts and messages through Instagram, etc., that I've had is remarkable. I've actually lost count. I think it's because it's such a standout looking vehicle that people, they see it advertised and they want to get in touch. Now, I've had so many conversations with people, some more serious than others. Some people ask exactly the right questions. Some people, you know, straight away they're not going to be a buyer. But the problem I'm having is getting someone who's willing and serious enough to get in their car and drive out to the sticks where I'm based here, and actually have a look at the vehicle, because you truly do need to see it to appreciate it. So that is my issue, finding someone who's serious enough to actually go through with what they say and come and see it. And I genuinely believe if someone did want to come and see it, they would be impressed. They would see it's exactly what I've said it is. With all that being said, the Hilux is still for sale. Now, as soon as that does go, I'll be buying another vehicle, and then we'll be looking at the next stage in the process. And I of course will show you guys that as soon as I can. But for right now, I have nothing to show you because the Hilux is still here. Now, obviously I have the Hilux advertised for sale, and as always, that is kind of plan A. I would like to sell it, get the money, and then use that to buy something else. But as with all my adverts, I say, you know, I would consider a swap or a part exchange, absolutely no problem at all, because I don't mind people offering. I can only say yes or no, can't I? So I've been offered a ton of different swaps. Probably unsurprisingly, most people who contact me asking to do a straight swap have something that, at least in their mind, is worth considerably less than the Hilux. So they think they're going to be getting a favourable deal. And, you know, fair play, I get it. But, you know, that's not my cup of tea. So quite a few get rejected out of hand. Then I have had the more sensible people who've offered part exchanges, and they're willing to top up their vehicle with cash against the Hilux. And in a general trading sense, that would be absolutely fine. But I need to keep a mind on keeping things interesting for you guys. I don't want to show you anything that's too boring. I want to show you vehicles that, you know, are quite exciting, or they need work doing that's interesting to watch or to see how it's done. So I'm in a little bit of a tricky position with that, because I can't just jump at the most convenient vehicle that gets offered to me each time, as much as I'd like to. So, like I say, I have been offered tons and tons of different part exchanges and swaps since I've had the truck advertised, but I am trying to keep in mind on dealing into, if I'm going to do it that way, dealing into something interesting that you guys might enjoy seeing. But to give you an idea of some of the vehicles I've been offered, I won't list them all, but some of the ones that are in my recent messages, unfortunately I've said no to all of these because for one reason or another they weren't for me. So we've had a Mercedes C-Class, Volkswagen Golf R32s. I don't know where this glut of R32s has come from, but I must have been offered 5 or 6 of them, all Mark 5s, and I think they were all 5 doors, apart from one which was a 3-door, but I think from memory that was a Cat S, so it wasn't for me. A host of BMWs, so we've got, I've had a 3 Series, 2 5 Series, I've been offered a 7 Series, I've been offered an X5, again, all for one reason or another, not for me. Skoda Octavia VRS, I've been offered 2 Ford Focus STs, not by the same person, but I've been offered a Focus ST twice by 2 different people. Not for me, I've been there, I've done that, I just don't want any more STs, thanks. Staying on Ford, a Transit tipper, a Transit drop side, again, neither, not for me. The list goes on and on. These are just ones in my recent messages. Nothing against the people or the vehicles themselves, but in the situation I'm in at this level with Chop to the Top, they wouldn't have worked out. So unless someone was going to offer me a considerable part exchange top up amount, it just wasn't viable. It didn't make sense. But that does lead me on to my next point. If you guys watching this have a vehicle that you would like to do a deal against the Hilux with me for, so well, you know, if you want to buy the Hilux, feel free. That's a desired outcome for me. But if you would like to do a deal on the Hilux, if you think you've got something that'd be of interest to me and to the audience, please get in touch. The best and quickest way to reach me is through Instagram, and my handle is at the bottom of the screen there, but it's at JohnnyGetsCash. So hit me up on Instagram, let me know what you've got, if you want to do a deal, and we'll see if we can put something together. Apart from anything else, it'd be lovely to meet some of you guys. But hopefully, you know, it might lead to something, and we will be moving on with Chop to the Top very soon. But bottom line, Chop to the Top goes on. I haven't stopped, I haven't quit, and I haven't given up. The next episode will be with you as soon as I possibly can get it to you. So please hang in there. In the meantime, you may have seen some of the stuff I've been doing recently in the workshop. I have a Daihatsu Fourtrak restoration going on, and that is, like most things I do, it started out as a straightforward job, and it's ended up being a complete nut and bolt restoration strip down. So that is looking really good at the moment, and there'll be more episodes on that coming soon as well. But in case you guys think when I don't launch new videos on Chop to the Top that I'm down the pub having a good time or anything like that, it's not, I promise. I've got lots and lots of things going on, and lots of different projects, all of which I am looking forward to sharing with you. I also have a very, very exciting project in the pipeline that unfortunately right now I'm not allowed to talk about. But in the next few weeks, I'm hoping I'll be able to make an announcement and explain just why I might have been so busy recently. But until then, thank you ever so much for watching, and thank you for putting up with me in this rambling update. As always, if you've got any questions or comments about the series, about the channel, about anything, please drop them in the comment section, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, let's use the combined brain power we have here. If you guys can think of a suitable next vehicle for me to do in Chop to the Top, and I haven't talked about it today, or I haven't mentioned it previously, and you think it might be a bit obscure or just something cool and interesting, again, put that in the comments, because I would love to see how other people react to it, and then we can all sort of have a chat about what's what and where the series should be going. So until next time, guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.